The iPhone 6 has a holographic keyboard, man! No, it doesn't. That was just a stupid rumor. This is Carlyle with Carlyle's Picks, and this is Tech Fridays. I normally do this on Tuesdays, but tomorrow, Apple is going to release their new iPhone 6. And guess what? We're going to be streaming it live from New York City. Yes, you heard me right. We're going back to New York, and we're going to be streaming the release of the new iPhone 6 live in New York City. I'm going to post a link in the description once we have a link available. So what is the iPhone 6? It does not have a holographic keyboard, but what does it have? Well, the number one thing that everyone's talking about is the fact that it's bigger. But does bigger mean better? And are they trying to be just like the Samsung? Samsung definitely kind of paved the way for these new phones that exist in the realm between tablet and phone. I mean, the Galaxy Note is just huge. And now Apple is kind of headed in that direction with two new models. There's an iPhone 6 and an iPhone 6 Plus. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the details and specs on the new iPhone 6. First of all, screen size. You've got a 4.7-inch and a 5.5-inch iPhone 6 Plus. Huge and thin. So you're talking about 6.9 millimeters for the iPhone 6 and 7.1 millimeters for the iPhone 6 Plus. That makes the iPhone 6 the largest and the thinnest iPhone ever. So it's got a Retina HD display with the iPhone 6 at 1334 by 750 resolution on the iPhone 6 Plus with a 1920 by 1080 resolution. And let's talk about the power. 64-bit architecture with an A8 chip and an M8 motion coprocessor. I've certainly been impressed with the photo and video capabilities of the previous iPhones, although I'm not an iPhone fan myself. But got to give credit where credit's due, and the video performance has been awesome. So in this camera, you are getting a new sensor, 1080p HD at 60 frames per second, slow-mo, and 240 frames per second. Damn! And that's DAYUM. You can throw a hashtag on there if you feel like it. So you've got time-lapse also available as a video mode. This camera has an f2.2 aperture. For those of you guys that are not tech savvy, that means a lot of light. You want to have as small an aperture as possible. The smaller the aperture, the more light you have. That means low light performance. That's quite impressive. For example, one of my cameras, I use a 1.8 aperture to get amazing performance in low light conditions. 2.2 is not that far away. Quite impressive. That also means a potential for some nice depth of field effects where you have the background blurred out. So that should be pretty cool. But for that kind of stuff, you're going to have to go to my buddy MKBHD. MKBHD on YouTube. Go and check out his channel. I'm pretty sure he's working on a iPhone 6 review right now as we speak. And he can do a depth of field effect for us. Pretty cool guy, pretty cool channel. Go subscribe. As far as the Wi-Fi performance, Apple is saying you're going to get 3 times the speed that you've gotten previously. You've also got Touch ID technology, which allows you to unlock your phone with your fingerprint. Try to copy that, you hackers. I'm sure they'll find a way around it, but until then, good luck. You've also got this new technology, which allows you to pay with your phone. You go up to the register and you tap your phone, tap and go, because I've got an iPhone 6. And of course, the phone is coming with iOS 8. Otto for the Italians. Prices on the new phone are starting at $199. Additional notes about the phone, they are saying that there's a new improved polarizer, which is going to allow you a better viewing experience in the sun, even if you're wearing sunglasses. Sounds nice. But again, we'll need the likes of MKBHD to let us know whether it works or not. There's also a digital zoom function which allows you to zoom in the display for those of you that are blind. There's a landscape view mode as well, so you can actually view your phone sideways. And on the far right, you're going to have your music and your web and your email and your phone button, and then you have your rest of your icons on the left-hand side of the screen. All right, so all this stuff sounds nice, but what's the battery life going to be like? This phone is thinner and bigger, and it's got a faster processor. So what's that going to do for the battery life? Well, according to Apple, iPhone 6 audio, up to 50 hours of listening to YouTube, not YouTube. HD video, 11 hours. Wi-Fi browsing, 11 hours as well. The lowest times are going to be LTE browsing and 3G browsing, 10 hours. With the iPhone 6 Plus, interestingly enough, you get more battery life. So it's a much bigger phone. It's a much taller phone as well. And I guess they put a bigger battery in there, and that's part of the reason why it's the size it is, because it's not just the screen. There's a lot of extra material in there beyond just the screen, and that's why your battery life is up to 80 hours with audio, 14 with HD video, 12 hours with Wi-Fi browsing. 3G talk time is 24 hours. You can blah, 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 blah for 24 hours. Sounds like the iPhone 6 is a lady phone. Oh, that is sexist. Forget I said that. Some other features on the phone are face detection, exposure control, auto stabilization, optical image stabilization, and there's, of course, the Photos app and Panorama for taking pictures of big things like the Suzuki Hayabusa. Take a look at my review of the Hayabusa. Awesome bike. Click right here. And again, you can do up to 240 frames per second. So what does that mean? 240 frames per second. Well, I am covering right now on my channel the new Ninja H2, which is rumored to be an over 222 horsepower bike. Super fast. Who knows how fast this thing is going to go? It's going to go fast. Well, if you want to film a bike like that, going that fast, flying by at 180, 190, 200 miles per hour, who knows? Going by really fast, and then you want to slow it down and have it be super, super smooth and not really stuttery. You want to shoot it at 240 frames per second. That is the beauty of that. You get your iPhone 6, and you get the bike, and it goes by really fast, and you just spin your head around 240 frames per second. You put that in your editing program and you slow it down to normal speed, 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second, and you make it go by really, really slow. You can actually see the logo on the side where it says Ninja H2, and it's going by and it looks super, super cool. That's what you get with 240 frames per second. If you try to do the same thing with 60 and slow it down as much as you just did with 240, it's going to be stuttery and it looks really, really bad on amateur hour. Do it with 240 frames per second and you can capture some really, really fast things super, super smooth. So that means the camera on this phone is super, super awesome. So what's the breakdown of the iPhone 6? It's bigger and it's thinner and it's faster and it comes with an awesome camera. Rounded edges. And MKBHD did a test on the screen, the amazing screen, and it seems to be indestructible. He was jabbing that thing with a knife and bending it and standing on it, and he really couldn't scratch it or damage the screen. Amazing. So this means having this in your pocket with your keys, apparently not an issue. Apparently that's because of the new sapphire crystal display. For more information, click right here to take a look at MKBHD's video talking about the indestructible screen. Or you can take a look at my video about my indestructible motorcycle gear. Random! Another thing to mention is a feature called reachability for one-handed operation. Basically, all the icons get shrunk down to the lower half of the screen so they're easily accessible from one finger. How useful that's actually going to be in real-life usage, that remains to be seen. Stay tuned. All right, so a quick wrap-up on this video. Comparison of the iPhone 6 with the Samsung Galaxy S5. Displays, 4.7-inch and 5.5-inch. Samsung, 5.1. Resolution, 1920 by 1080 on the Samsung, only 1344 by 750 on the iPhone 6. But the iPhone 6 Plus matches the S5, but a significantly lower PPI. So the Samsung S5 is going to have a better display than even the iPhone 6 Plus. Processor, 1.38 and 1.39 gigahertz A8 processor versus a 2.5 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon in the Galaxy. Memory, 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabyte in the Galaxy. Expandable storage? No. Galaxy S5? Yes. So which one are you going to get? And more importantly, take a look at my Galaxy Tab review right now. You know you want to. Click here, look at the video, check out the Galaxy Note review right here on this channel. Carlyle's Picks.
This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S 8.4. You're watching Carlyle's Picks. This is Tech Tuesdays, doing a performance test live in New York City. We're in Times Square.